What it do, baby? Hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me. Week 3 of the labs. Today we are doing verifying spanning tree port streets. It is lab number 23, page 101 if you guys have the guide. Hit me with a bruh in the chat room if y'all can hear me. Gonzalo in the building. Shout out to Buenos Aires. This should be a quick lab, my man. What's going on, Gonzalo? Shout out Gonzalo Nicolas. This should be a really quick lab. We only got one router, one switch. Notice I've already got the tasks over here on the screen here. So just drag and drop one router, one switch. We got 4 tasks. One router, one switch. This should not take very long, y'all. Let's see what we got. In preparation for VLAN configuration, configure host name on switch 1 and router 1 as illustrated in the topology. Let's get that going. That should be really easy. If you guys know anything about spanning tree, there's a couple flavors, right? We got RSTP, which is rapid spanning tree. There is PVST, I believe, which is per VLAN spanning tree. In this one here, it just says the objective of this lab exercise is to verify different spanning tree port states, listening, learning, etc., and understand the iOS commands that can be used to determine the state of a port at any time. Understanding spanning tree is port states is a fundamental skill in spanning tree operation. Ports transition from a, y'all check this out, listen, blocking state, listening state, learning state, and then forwarding state. This is how I remember it. I remember it like a bad kid in like grade school, right? At first, he's just blocking everybody. He don't even want to listen to anybody else, right? And then, you know, as like say, like Danielle over there, she is a mental health therapist, and she knows how to get into people's brains and stuff like that. So she learns how, it's like a child whisperer, right? You get them to start listening to you. So first they blocking everything out, then they start listening, and then once you start teaching them, they learning, and then after that they start forwarding. So like forwarding the frames and stuff like that. So forwarding will be just like regurgitating the information it learned. Let me stop this right here. Got my alarm there. Paul B in the building. What's up, Paul B? I hope you saved me some barbecue from yesterday. We labbed for about 5 hours yesterday, and you was the only one. You wasn't even labbing. You was just making some barbecue over here. Shout out to you. Are pushing it. We got Josh from Keep It Techie in the building. What's good? I was planning on hitting you. Hey, it's all good, man. I was super busy at work, so it is what it is. Y'all check out my man Josh from Keep It Techie. He does stuff on Linux. If you want to learn anything about Linux distros, how to install it, I need a refresher on Linux. I just know some basic commands, and that's about it. So anyways, we're gonna give it some time to let some people log on. Shout out to Eric Habich. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Habik. Yo, what up, network bro? I'm gonna be joining every night. Love your content. I am CCNA. Just got my first real network engineer gig 4 months ago. Love your content. Hey Eric, I just got my first network engineer gig about 3 to 4 months ago as well. I was a network analyst prior to that for a large hospital organization. We had some engineer duties, but I was more of an analyst because we wasn't really designing the network. We were just like taking the configs and stuff from the engineers and pasting them onto the devices. To be honest with you, I'm weak in routing. To love to see some more routing material. Well, you know what? We're gonna do some routing material as well. Today we're just doing some spanning tree stuff. So last week we did a lot of stuff from VLAN trunking protocol. So a lot of VTP stuff. We did a lot of layer 2 VLAN stuff. We will do some routing. If you don't know, this is the book we're using. 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4, Learn by Doing. Authored by Paul Browning and co-authored by Farai Tafat. There's a link down below you'll see a link in the description down below. You can get a copy of this. It'll be on Amazon. And man, what's wrong with you? So yeah, just get a copy of this book from there, and then you'll be able to follow along with us. You'll also be able to see what we got coming up ahead too. So the routing stuff will be, let me see. We did some BGP stuff. We have done some GRE point-to-point tunneling, which is not really routing. But we're going to do a lot of OSPF stuff, a lot of EIGRP stuff. So this is a fun book. So again, 101 Cisco CCNA version 4, learned by doing. Paul Browning, authored by Paul Browning, co-authored by Farai Tafa. Fraudbot in the building. What's up, Fraudbot? We got Danny back in the building. Gonzalo once again from Buenos Aires. There is a new version of Packet Tracer, by the way. What features do they have on that? We're gonna still give it some time for some people to log on once they have hi to folks over there.
I want your house key.
Did you, man? Chill out, man. Anyway, so yeah, task 1. In preparation for VLAN configuration, configure a host name on switch 1 and router 1 as illustrated in Topology. So let's go ahead and cable these guys up. FA00 to GI00. They are cabled up. We'll go ahead and power these bad boys on. Am I sure do I want to start these devices? Hopefully this GNS3 plays nicely with us. Yesterday on the lab, as y'all know, GNS3 was not very nice. But then again, we had about 4 or 5 devices in the topology. So today we only got 2 devices. Why?
Because we're together.
Chill out, man. What is that? Oh, I'll have to say, don't I? Is everybody ready? Y'all got you got your router, you got your switch logged, dragged onto the topology here. Say hi to the networking world. Everybody, this is Danielle.
How can I tell?
You're just saying hi over there. This is where I would chat with everybody.
Danielle.
That's Danielle. She is a licensed mental health therapist in the school system, right? You deal with.
I work mainly with children. I provide individual and group services for children who have no insurance or have private insurance, and they need assistance with their behavior in school.
Cool.
Yes, I am Mrs. NetworkBruh.
Mrs. NetworkBruh. By the way, it's Habik, but thanks for the shout out. Appreciate you in the community. STP is good stuff. Working on a Palo cert and then moving on to CCNP Enterprise. Well, congrats on that, Eric. We're just doing basic CCNA stuff here. So, NetworkBruh, what's on tap tonight? What kind of wine? We are drinking on, what is that again?
I personally like I like the Roscato.
That's what it is.
Stella Rosa.
It's
really good. He likes Taylor Port, which I like to say is the Hennessy of wine.
Yeah, the Hennessy of wine. I drink Taylor Port, y'all. So, hi. Gonzalo says hi, Mrs. NetworkBruh. All right, so y'all ready? Task 1: in preparation for VLAN configuration, configure host name. Y'all should be able to do that, right? We'll go ahead and console these bad boys.
If they want to do it,
router 1 and switch 1.
Tag.
A wifey tag. Yeah, if y'all want to do a wifey tag, we'll do that.
Thumbs up the video.
Yeah, please. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let's see. But yeah, if y'all want to do learn any kind of like Linux, y'all check out my man Josh from Keep It Techie over there. He has a great channel on anything Linux related. Twitter. Where we at here? YouTube. Okay, so we got router 1 powered up. We're just gonna. Oh, he already got a host name. Switch 1 already has a host. No, he doesn't. We'll go ahead and change him to switch 1 host. Super simple, y'all, right? host name. What else they wanted us to do here? Configure and verify switch 1 as a VTP server in the VTP domain name Cisco. So we'll go to switch 1 and make him a VTP server. Y'all remember how to do that? Terminal. Configure terminal. There we go. And then VTP mode. He's already in server mode by default, so we don't even need to do all this right here. As you can see right there. See, once I did that, device mode already in VTP server. They wanted the domain name as Cisco. So VTP domain, all caps, CISCO. Let me see here. Y'all give me a second here. Let's see. I got a margarita. Eric drinking on this margarita over here. That is Josh's YouTube channel. Y'all go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Firewalls, right? Yes. Palo Alto is firewalls. Firewall, yes, sir. Palo firewalls. They are the edge of our sites. They do all the NATing, IPS filtering, URL. Well, you know what, Eric? We deal with next generation firewalls and ASAs, and you know, because I'm a Cisco fanboy. We don't deal with Palo Alto. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah. I guess yeah. Palo Alto is definitely I don't even say up and coming, but it's definitely it's becoming a standard when it comes to firewalls nowadays. Because the last two organizations that I worked for, they were incorporating Palo Alto firewalls on the edges of their networks, and even though they were mostly Cisco, Cisco environment, so most of their infrastructures are Cisco devices, but yeah, a lot of organizations are using Palo Alto firewalls, including the organizations that I work for right now. So did we change the domain name? We did, right there, change to Cisco, and we can check on the status by just doing what? Show VTP status, right? Let me move this guy over here and move the topology over here so y'all can see. Sorry for moving a little like a turtle over here. So again, yeah, show VTP status. As you can see, we set the domain as Cisco. It is running version 1. It is capable of running versions 1 through 3 in VTP. And we are in server mode. So that is good to go. What else do we need to do? Task 3, configure VLAN 10 on switch 1 as illustrated in topology, and configure FA02, which we didn't put that on there. Let's look at the labels for the interfaces. We actually got the cable plugged into GI00 and FA00 on the router. So configure VLAN 10 on switch 1, and then we're going to do actually GI00 on switch 1 as an access port in VLAN 10, and then bring up the interface on router 1. So let's go to switch 1 and then configure VLAN 10. Right, this should be easy, right? This should be really easy. So we just VLAN 10 like this. That creates the VLAN. They didn't say what they wanted us to name it, did they? I don't know. Let me check the book. Yes, VLAN 10 is a sales VLAN. We can name it by just doing name and the sales in all caps like that. We can check our work with show VLAN brief. Helps if I can spell. There's only one L there. We got S Smooth in the building. Is Brooklyn in the house? Oh, hell no. Everyone knows that Cisco is the GOAT. I've tried other vendors. Cisco just does it best. Hey, facts, Eric. I'm a Cisco fanboy myself. I even got a Cisco shirt in my closet over there. I think I got like 2 polos. But anyways, I don't know why, but I just love the technology, and I want to say most of it is straightforward. But and I just like dealing with the iOS for some reason. It, however, the root of it is based on Linux, right? Isn't that right, Josh? Fat Finger Squad in the building, right? All right, so we created VLAN 10, and we can see it's right there. Name sales. What else? Configure FA02 as an access port. So in this case, we're not doing FA02, we're doing GI00. So we're going to go to global config mode, interface config mode, interface GI00. And we're going to put that port in VLAN 10. That should be easy, right? Switch port, mode, access. That'll set it as an access port, hard-coded as an access port. And we're going to do switch port, trunk, access. I'm sorry, what am I doing here? Switch port, access, VLAN 10. That puts that port in VLAN 10. We can verify that with show VLAN brief once again. And we can see GI00 is now in the sales VLAN, which is VLAN 10, right? And then what else they wanted us to do? Bring up the interface on router 1, which is that interface right there, FA00. So we're going to go to router 1. And that interface is, by default, when you take a router out the box, all the interfaces are shut down administratively, right? So you got to bring it up. That's why we got to do that. The switches, on the other hand, all the switches are already all the ports are already up in an up or in an up state. So we could verify that with show IP interface brief, and you can see all the ports are administratively down, even though we have a cable plugged into it, right? So we're gonna go to interface config mode for interface FA00. No shut that interface. That should give us some log messages, show that it's coming up, and now it's up. What else they wanted us to do? Y'all know why we call the Fat Finger Squad in the building, right? Y'all know why we call the Fat Finger Squad? The first couple, maybe about 2 or 3, the first 3 or 4 streams that I've had, I you know, and it took me a minute to troubleshoot and figure out why the lab wouldn't work. It just ended up being a typo, and Gonzalo over there just was like, well, we got the Fat Finger Squad in the building, so we just gonna call everybody in here, and nobody caught my mistakes. I just was like mad at y'all because it was like 11 concurrent viewers, but nobody caught my mistakes. So I'm just like, y'all fat fingering along with me, that or y'all just testing me. So that's why we gonna call. Well, I'm gonna trademark that. Put that on a t-shirt, Gonzalo. Let's see. VLAN. Okay, so static interface is up now, right? And then it says configure VLAN 10 with the IP address on switch 1 as illustrated in Topology, which is not on here. So this is what it's supposed to be. It is supposed to be 10.0.0.1/30. And then the other one is 00.2. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that and call him .2. So I guess that should have been interface VLAN 10. So this is 0, edit 0.2, right? So what we're doing is creating a routed interface. So we're going to create an SVI on the switch, and then we're going to make that interface right there, FA00, that IP address. So it says as illustrated in the topology, but I forgot to label it for y'all. I got the book right here, and I'm not showing y'all like this. So NetworkBruh, FYI, something funny if you haven't used it. Arista is super Cisco-esque. They were in a lawsuit because their OS is so similar. All command lines are almost the same. That's crazy. I didn't know that, but I remember that Cisco was suing a company. I didn't remember who it was. I thought it was I didn't know. I guess it was this not Extreme, but Arista, because the OS is very similar. All the commands and stuff like that, right? I do remember hearing or reading something about that though. So yeah, we are going to configure FA00 as that interface. I mean that IP address right there. So global config mode, interface FA00. The IP address is 10.0.0.1/30 subnet. Pop quiz. What is the /30 subnet? What is the subnet mask for /30 subnet? That's your pop quiz for today. The last octet. Oh, well, not even the last octet, just the entire subnet mask. I'm gonna leave that up to y'all to figure out while I work on the other switch. So, oh, we got to notice here. We got a duplex mismatch right here, right? Y'all remember what this is? I think we ran into this in a couple labs here. Basically, that interface right there. Remember, when we have a cable like this, right? We got a cable like this, right? One side, the duplex and speed got to match. So we got to do right here. This right here tells us right here what? It's a duplex mismatch, right? Yep, a lot of copies of COS's Cisco's CLI. Yeah, I see Kelvin even mentioned that as well. EOS happens to be one of the funnier examples. EOS, what you mean? Like end of sale? Extreme? I thought Extreme Networks had I don't remember. Somebody else has a similar iOS. Well, Gonzalo got it right. 252, right? So let's go back and fix that subnet mask. 255.255.252, right? And that is already no shut. We can verify to work with show interface FA00, and the subnet mask is right there, /30. So yes, Gonzalo got that correctly. That is what Arista calls their switching OS. Didn't know that as well, Kelvin. Shout out to Kelvin Tran in the building. Kelvin, go ahead and plug your channel. If y'all want to do some more complex stuff, you see we only got one router and one switch here, and we're dealing with CCNA level spanning tree right here. If you want some more complex stuff, or you think this is junior level stuff here, y'all go ahead and visit Kelvin's channel. But so yeah, the IP address on that is correct. Let's go to switch 1 to fix this problem right here, right? So anyways, we got this duplex mismatch here because one side is set to full and the other side is not matching. Which one it is, we could check, right? So let's check on the switch side first. They're saying we're having the problem on this right here, gigabit 00, right? So we just show run interface gig 00. Extreme's nothing like Cisco CLI. EXOS is far more disgusting. Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's a university out here in the Orlando, Florida area. They're actually doing a switch refresh, and they were getting rid of their Extreme switches. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why that came to mind. I don't remember why. But yeah. I'm gonna fix that error in just a minute, y'all. That is Kelvin's YouTube channel. Y'all go ahead and visit that channel. Like I said, he's got a great YouTube channel. So switch 1. Let's look at that interface. We're gonna look at this interface right here and check the speed / duplex on there, right? So show run interface GI00, and it is set to auto negotiate, right? So let's go ahead and check the other side, router 1. The interface is FA00, so let's show run interface FA00. That is set to half duplex. So one is set to auto negotiate, the other one is set to half. You would think that's a matching because one is like auto negotiating. Like, you're a half? Well, then I'm a half too then. No, it don't work that way. They gotta be hard coded to be the same thing. So let's go ahead and make that let's go ahead and make this interface a full duplex and see if that resolves the problem, right? So interface FA00, and we're gonna say duplex full. That should resolve the problem, right? As you see right there, there's the error, right? And hopefully that resolved the problem. I believe that should solve the problem right there, though. Yeah, no problem, Kelvin. Task 3. We'll move on in the meantime. Oh, did we set the? We need to create the SVI. We need to create this right here. Switch 1. Okay, so configure FA0. It says FA002, but we actually had gig 00 there on switch 1 as an access port in VLAN 10, and then bring up the FA00 interface on the router, which we did that. Configure the IP address on router 1's FA00. We did that. Configure VLAN 10 with the IP address on switch 1. So, and then verify IP connectivity using ping. So we should be pretty much done after that. So go to global config mode, interface VLAN 10. We're going to give it the IP address of 10.0.0.2. Oh, we got to put the subnet mask /30, which Gonzalo said was 255.255.255.252. No shut that. I believe it was already unshut though, right? We'll verify our work with show And now it's coming up, right? Show VLAN. Well, let's just do a show IP interface brief, and then we'll exclude unassigned interfaces. So we can just filter that out. And you can see right there, 10.0.0.2 is up. We should be able to ping after that right there. It says verify IP connectivity using pings. So we should be able to ping the router, which I guess is our default gateway. And notice this error right here, that duplex mismatch, we're no longer getting it because we made the two sides the match, really. Really, we made one side full. The other one's set to auto. So, I don't know. Kelvin, can you explain that? If one is set to auto and the other one's set to full, is that considered a duplex mismatch? Shouldn't they be like auto or auto and whatever the other side is? I thought auto negotiates with whatever the other side is, because we had auto and half, and we got a duplex mismatch. So I don't know. NetworkBruh, dumb question. Eric, there is no such thing as a dumb question. Is the SVI always the default gateway of the subnet? I always feel like it's as best practice, but not sure. Not necessarily. You can have multiple SVIs on your switch. So I could have, like right now, I have interface VLAN 10 on switch 1, and interface VLAN 10 is 10.0.0.2. His gateway is actually 10.0.0.1, if anything. So you can have multiple SVIs on the switch. So good question. Fast Ethernet negotiates half if the other side is statically set. So we read that back. Depends on what's doing your routing. Okay. Fast Ethernet negotiates half if the other side is statically set. Okay. So we had the router at half, and then the switch was set to auto, and that's a gigabit interface. So and it wasn't really statically set. It was just set to auto. So the one that was statically set was the Fast Ethernet side, and that was half duplex. So what am I doing? I'm sitting here getting ready to do a ping here. So ping, let's go ahead and ping the gateway, or the router rather, which I guess in a sense it is a gateway. Ping 10.0.0.1, and we got a reply. Good to go. Ping it again because we had dropped one packet there because of the ARP resolution. On switch 1, last task, y'all, and we're gonna wrap it up. Call it a night. On switch 1, issue a shutdown and a no shutdown on FA02, which in this case is going to be GI00. Verify the transition of the spanning tree state of the port to forwarding. Make sure that you see the interface in at least 3 different spanning tree states. So y'all know that there's different spanning tree states, right? It starts out blocking at first, just in case it's going to be a loop that's happening. And then it starts listening. And then it starts learning MAC addresses. And then if it's a root switch or if it's a port that's going to be forwarding, it'll be forwarding. So blocking, listening, learning, and then forwarding, right? But that's just, I believe that's just rapid spanning tree, if I'm not mistaken. Because remember, there's different spanning tree flavors. There's spanning tree, classic spanning tree they call it sometimes. There's also rapid spanning tree, and then there's PVST, which is per VLAN spanning tree, and then there's also MST, which is multiple spanning tree, but that's out of the scope of the CCNA exam. You'll learn more about that stuff in like the CCNP level. But if we can see what we're running here with if we could just do show spanning tree, or you could put the VLAN after that or whatever, or you could just do show span for short. I like to do show span. And then you can see we are running IEEE, and we're all forwarding. So why is that? Does anybody know why we're all forwarding? Why all of these ports are forwarding and none are blocking? Can anybody answer that? Fast Ethernet ports will always fall back to half should negotiation fail. Okay, good to know. Negotiation will fail because not both ends are statically set. Then it's potentially a virtual platform thing. GNS3 doesn't do layer 1 perfectly. Yeah. GNS3 don't do shit perfectly. You should have seen look at yesterday's live stream. I live streamed for about 4 hours, and a good hour and a half I was troubleshooting just GNS3 issues. Shout out to my man Brian Conner from India. He just was like, maybe 2 hours into the lab, he's like, we troubleshot everything except HSRP. So anyway, Danny got it right. That's correct. The root bridge. This switch is the root bridge. That is why all of the ports are forwarding. That's correct, Danny. Shout out to Danny for getting that correct. They are all forwarding state because it is the designated root bridge. That is correct. S-Move, you are quick on the draw as well, just not as quick as Danny over there, or Paul B. But anyways, yes, that is because this is the root switch, and we can verify that with show span again, right? So as you can see right there, we do show span. In this particular VLAN, we're forwarding all ports, but right there it says this bridges the root, and because it's the root, that is why we're forwarding all these ports right here, right? For that VLAN right there, though, that's VLAN 1, which is what? The default VLAN, right? That's out the box. This VLAN come in there. And then for VLAN 10, we are also the root, so we should be forwarding for that as well, right? We only got one port in that VLAN, which is GI00. Remember, we did that earlier in the lab, and that is a designated port, and it is forwarding as well. So what they wanted us to do is issue a shutdown and then a no shut on FA02, which in this case is going to be GI00. Really, y'all interfaces might not match because, you know, maybe you've got different modules on your switch or whatever your platform you're running. If you're running Packet Tracer, it might be different. So it says FA02, but we configured GI00 port. They are all forwarding state. Yes, that's correct. That's smooth. Sorry, I'm rereading your comment there. Verify the transitioning state. So let's do that. We're going to shut down interface gig 00, and we're going to call it a night. Interface GI00 shut, right? We're going to do a no shut, snow shut in this case because I can't type correctly. No shut. And then I'm going to run a show span one more time. Y'all ready? We're going to do a bruh countdown. 3, 2, 1. No shut. Let's do a show span. Right? Come on. Show span. Oh, I got to end there. Right now we are forwarding all ports for some reason. It is the root. Oh, there it is right there. So listening right there. I guess I wasn't fast on the draw to do that. So that time it's listening for VLAN 10, and now it is learning, right? That's another pop quiz for y'all. How long does it take before it gets into the forwarding state, right? So we got listening, we got learning. I'm gonna just do VLAN 10 this time, and now we're forwarding. How long does it take before you get to the into forwarding state? Anybody? RSTP, as I understood, it takes less time to transition between the different port states. I believe STP took 30 seconds and RSTP takes 15 seconds. I believe you're correct. STP definitely, I know for sure, does 30 seconds. RSTP, does anybody know? Let's see. Y'all hit me with that like button if y'all like what y'all see so far. We about to wrap it up though. So, spanning tree, RSTP, how long? Let's do that. Yes, I'm Googling it, y'all, because I don't know everything. All right. Default values are set to the maximum age. Forwarding delay, 15 seconds. So, yes, you are correct, S-Move. 15 seconds for RSTP and 30 seconds for STP, which sometimes they call it classic spanning tree. And I believe IEEE, so this is the type we're running right here, IEEE. I believe that is classic spanning tree. Is that correct, y'all? Am I correct? I thought RSTP was 2 seconds. No, it does not take 2 seconds to forward. I was saying, how long does it take to forward, Eric? How long does it take before you get into the forwarding state? Because remember, I just did it right now. I shut it, no shut, and then it listened, and then it learned, and then when it got to the 30 seconds, and then it started forwarding. So the reality is it's a lot more complex than that. That's true. The forwarding delay is both 15 seconds. Okay, so they're both forwarding at 15 seconds. Okay, I thought it was 30 seconds. I don't know why I thought that. So let me see. 15 seconds for both forwarding. Okay, forward delay. Yeah, I see that under this white paper right here. STP. Rapid transition to forwarding state. And oh, by the way, you could do port fast, which puts a port instantly in a forwarding state, so you can bypass all of that. But spanning tree lines. Yeah, so they forwarded both at 15 seconds. So I should have timed it. But anyways, y'all see the states right there, right? I'm going back to the top. You'll see right here we were listening when we unshut it right there, right? I ran that command again, and then we were learning right here. And then I ran that command again, and then we were finally forwarding right there. So listening, learning, and then we forwarded after I believe it's 15 seconds. So if y'all like what y'all see, hit me with that like button. Leave a comment down below on what else y'all want to see. I was thinking about doing these streams differently. Again, we're doing Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do labs like this. We do these labs if you guys want to follow along doing hands-on stuff. I haven't been doing a lot of theory because these LiveLabs have been more fun to me. It takes me some time to get those tutorials, to do those tutorials, to gather the material, try to, present it in a way that's not dry, as y'all know. That's what I try to do, to try to make these labs fun and stuff like that. But those tutorials, I've been putting those on hold. But anyways, we've been doing the hands-on stuff from this book right here, 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4, Learn by Doing, authored by Paul Browning and Farai Tafab. There's going to be a link down below. It'll take you to Amazon, so if you want to buy the book, I believe it's like $40 or something like that. Or you can go on their website, which is 101labs.net, and you can buy it directly from them. I just like doing Amazon because, it ships fast. And if you got Amazon Prime, you can get it tomorrow if you really want to. So anyways, y'all run me with that like button. Leave a comment down below if you want to see something else. Again, we're doing these streams Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From this book, we're going to be doing some hands-on stuff. I try to sneak in one a lab or two, maybe on the weekend, like we did on Sunday, where Paul was doing some barbecuing, while we were trying to troubleshoot HSRP and VRRP, and he didn't even leave us a piece of a barbecue, but it's all good though. But anyways, I try to sneak in a little lab during the weekend. Yeah, I was thinking about doing maybe something from this book on Monday, and then maybe something from another book on like Tuesday, and then maybe Boston NetSim on Wednesday, something like that. But I'm in talks with Boston right now on getting me a promotional copy. Maybe once I reach a certain level of subscribers and more viewers and stuff like that, I will be doing a giveaway. I got a lot of plans for this channel, y'all. I'm starting a website up. I'm getting like t-shirts and stuff printed up and stuff like that. So y'all hit me up on Twitter. Y'all hit me up on Instagram. I'll leave my social media down below as well. Again, comment, like, subscribe to the network.